Okay, so welcome back to Last Month This Happened. I'm just gonna skip the intro here because I found something that has creeped me out to the max, and I just have to talk about it right now. Now, I've seen many creepy things in my time here on YouTube, but this tops it all, and I just have to talk about it. It genuinely makes me feel sick. So let's just get into it. The family channel, the Ingham family, a family channel with probably one of the worst reps out of all the family channels due to the fact various allegations came out against the dad Chris, who looks 13 and 47 at the same time, which is actually quite an impressive feat. Now, I'm not going to go into these allegations because I ain't trying to get sued, but you know, you can look them up for yourself. So what have the Ingham family been up to recently? They're selling their child, kind of. I mean, they're not actually selling their child. They're selling an ultra-realistic doll of their child. And it's not just like one of them dolls that costs like tenner and like kids buy them. It costs up to 350 quid and it's 280 at cheapest. Now, I don't think I'm too far-fetched in assuming that people who have 350 quid to spend on a doll of a child are probably adults, and it's a little bit creepy if an adult is willing to spend 350 quid on an ultra-realistic doll of an actual living child. I get that a lot of them will just be innocent people that like this kind of stuff, but you got to think about it. Statistically, at least a couple of them will be wrong-uns. And personally, that'd be enough to put me off selling a realistic doll of my child. Now, putting this whole thing aside for just a second, I'm not a fan of family channels in general. I just think they're really exploitative. Like, just imagine growing up as part of a family channel, like your whole life is documented. I find that really weird. It's just But selling a full replica, a full realistic replica of your 2-week-old daughter is just next level. I don't even know how this is legal. Like, if my parents, God forbid, ran a family channel when I was growing up and they sold a full-on replica of me as a newborn baby, that would scar me, because I'd know that 75% of the people buying them are just straight up wrong-uns. I mean, I'm assuming. Please don't sue me. But it is a genuine disgrace that this has been allowed to happen. And I know there's going to be one person in the comments like, oh, there are people that genuinely collect these expensive dolls as a hobby, and yeah, whatever, fair enough. It's not my thing, but I get there are genuinely innocent people out there. But surely they shouldn't be allowed to be based on real living kids. It's so creepy. I can't get over this. This is probably one of the strangest things I've ever seen to come out of YouTube. And it's half my job finding the strange things that come out of YouTube. Words can't explain how weird and honestly disgusting I find this, that this baby's own parents are profiting off it 2 weeks after it was born by selling these dolls to strangers online. But anyway, they uploaded the announcement video to announcing this doll. It was called "We Have a Very Special Secret to Tell," and there's a few clips in this I just want to show. Yeah, all right, let's play it.
Jace is asleep, I think.
Oh, he's fast asleep. Little cheeky boy.
I might be able to understand. Get one for yourself. You know, some kind of weird piece of family memorabilia to remember your child when it was 2 weeks old. Whatever. I can almost understand that. But when it gets to the point where you're selling these to strangers on the internet, it's so weird. I know I've said this about 5-10 times in this video already, but it's so weird. And you can tell they've been planning this for ages. Like, as soon as the pregnancy test turned positive, you can tell the parents just started scheming. They were trying to secure a bag on this kid. He was going to earn his keep in that household.
And there's going to be 250 of these made.
250? I don't know how well these guys sell merch, but I can't imagine if I put out a life-size doll of myself, I'd sell 250 of them. I'd probably sell like one if I was lucky. So who are these 250 probable buyers? Well, I want to see the actual figures of how many of these were sold. I can't imagine it would be more than 20 at a push, at a real push.
And there's a little representation of what number you get on the back of his neck.
Oh, mad. Serial number, as if it's like a watch or something, so in future you could sell it on and prove it's legitimate. Imagine this kid getting older and having 250 versions of his 2-week-old self.
Okay, so when you buy baby Jace, you don't just get this cute little baby.
It's just me that finds it kind of weird. They're not describing it as a doll. They're marketing it as if it's their child. They're describing it as if their child is a product. They're not saying baby Jace doll. They're saying baby Jace. Like, there's no difference there. Not as if it would be much less creepy if they described it as a baby Jace doll, but the fact they're not even describing it with any disparity to the real child, I don't know why. It just rubs me the wrong way a little bit.
Most importantly, Jace's birth certificate, which will also display which number out of the 250 your baby Jace will be.
Now, I know I've already mentioned this, but imagine growing up knowing there's an exact lifelike replica of you as a newborn baby in 250 complete strangers' possession. That must creep him out a little bit, no? Also, imagine you're the parent of a kid and someone comes up to you just as you've like shit out the baby and goes, can we make an ultra-realistic doll version of your child and sell it to strangers? Even if the parent was in desperate need of money, they'd probably still find it extremely strange and tell them to piss off. Honestly, it would be even weirder if the parent went out in pursuit of selling an ultra lifelike doll of their child. And that could have very well happened here. I don't know. I don't know who set this whole thing up.
Isabel just came up with the best idea ever, which we all really, really love and we're all on board with. And that's to have a baby Jace tea party.
Bruh, that just sounds terrifying for everybody involved. Like, baby Jace will be just looking at 250 versions of himself. He's not old enough to know what's going on. He'll probably just think there's 250 actual versions of himself and start having an existential crisis. And that sort of situation should make the parents uncomfortable, but honestly, she at least seems completely oblivious to how weird this whole thing is. She's got no clue. But just imagine being a parent in a room with a load of strangers and they're all holding like an ultra-realistic version of your child. I really don't get it. If they wanted to sell merch, why can't they just sell hoodies or something? I don't think anyone can deny now that this is the worst piece of YouTuber merch to ever come out. Ever. And I think it will be the worst piece. I challenge someone to make a worse piece of merch than this, because I will be stunned if someone could come up with something worse than this. But anyway, moving on from that, the Fortnite World Cup happened last month. And there was a lot of money won. This British kid and his mate won like $2 and a bit million. And the BBC put out a couple of tweets saying Jaden Ashman will split $2.25 million with his Dutch teammate after their success in the Fortnite World Cup finals. Jaden said he started playing Fortnite on the day it came out and spends up to 8 hours a day practicing in his room. Now, as you could probably tell, the boomers were not happy. What does this tell us about the messages we send to children regarding an academic education? Alright, Neil, this kid made more money in one day than you have in your entire life. Now, go out and get yourself a life, son. He just became a millionaire. What? Nick here chimed in with, he needs a love interest to wean him off this. He's 15, Nick. He just wants to play Fortnite. I don't get why these boomers are so against kids playing video games and making a fortune off them. It's a really bizarre mentality to have. John here chimed in with a gift that says, that's not very normal, is it? I mean, he's 15. I'm sorry, John, you're out in the coal mines at 15. But I'm pretty sure every 15-year-old loves playing video games. And if you can make a fortune off that, even better. Then Alison replied to John with, yes, sadly nowadays it's very normal. He needs to get out more. A lot more. Steve, shut up. I reckon we just ban everyone over the age of 45 on social media. I think that's the best way we go and tackle this. But right, something else that happened last month, the bagel boss man. Now, I'm not going to show the clip here because it looks like it's been nabbed by one of them irritating licensing companies. But essentially, he went into like a bagel shop and started shouting about how women are mean to him for his height and how he hates women and stuff. I don't know. But in essence, he set Short King rights back a good few hundred years. But since then, he's become one of them Z-list celebrities that's famous for like 2 seconds, but his Twitter is gold. He thinks he's some next level A-lister now. It's incredible. Any chance you need any help with your cleaning company? I don't mind getting my hands dirty. I used to wash dishes. Or actually, now that I'm famous, I'm looking to sell the cleaning company. All right, Chris, all right. You got famous off screaming at innocent people in a bagel shop. Relax. This guy called Chris annoying, so Chris responded with, that's why you're a follower and I am a leader. Nobody really cares what you think. All right, Chris. But TMZ uploaded a video interviewing him, and some of his answers to these questions are just like, I can't say I didn't expect it from him.
Let me ask this based on some of the other videos. I just want to ask you point blank to your face, are you misogynistic?
Oh, what does that mean? Like egotistical?
No, Chris. No, it doesn't mean that. Now, surprisingly, that's not even the bad part of the interview, in my opinion. But I was going up, cutting up all these clips as I went. And now that I've watched the whole interview, this is probably one of his best bits in comparison.
Let me just ask, are you homophobic?
Gays don't bother me. I can hang out with them. Just like, don't touch me, especially in the private part.
Gay men everywhere are in tears. They just want a piece of you, Chris. Who wouldn't? Also, I love how he said don't touch me as in like anywhere. As if he's afraid being gay is contagious, and if a gay guy comes into contact with him, he'll catch gay. But just wait. It gets worse.
Lastly, would you consider yourself racist?
No, I have black friends.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, if somebody, upsets me and he happens to be black or steals from me, then yeah, I mean, that word comes out of my mouth. I'm not going to lie.
What? Why would you admit that on camera? What did you gain from admitting that? Did you think people would just be like, oh yeah, fair enough? There was no reason for him to admit it. Did he think it would make him look like a good, honest man or something?
Do you think based on the response and the amount of people that have reached out to you that you could use this as a platform to do something? Are you going to be using it as a platform?
I'm using it as the epitome to nullify bullying. That's what it's for.
Bruh, if he becomes the face of anti-bullying, bullying victims everywhere are So the guy literally got famous of screaming at random women in a bagel shop. How could he put himself on this high horse? Also, in this same interview, just like a minute ago, he said he doesn't want gay people to touch him, and he also admitted to using racial slurs. Like, how? Surely not doing them things is a major part in not bullying. Yeah, I think it's fair to say this whole thing has gone to his head somehow. I don't know how being like... He was basically villainized for being a bit of a dick, and he now sees himself as this messiah for short men or something. I don't know. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you did enjoy. It's 1 in the morning. I've just finished this video, and I've actually fixed my sleep schedule, finally, after like 3 years. So I'm going to go bed now. Let's see if we can get 80,000 likes for my new, healthier sleep schedule. But anyway, guys, as I said, hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to subscribe and smash that like button.